Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Lisa with Lisa's Faith and Budget Planning channel. I am back from vacation, kinda. So the end of July and the 1st of August, I was out of town. I did a vacation, had a great time. I am back for a few weeks, and then I have another one coming up at the end of August. So it's going to be a little choppy this month. Next few weeks, I should be on time with everything. And the end of the month, you're going to have to wait until the next month of September for me to get all my recordings up. I did have a lot of videos go up while I was out of town, but as far as budgeting videos, they're harder to do because I can't predict the numbers of the spending categories. So I kind of have to wait until those things happen before I actually get a video up. So we are closing out July. This is paycheck 3. I'm going to go over exactly the numbers that we have for paycheck 3 and the spending all the way up to the last day of July. And then I'm going to go over and close this out and show you what I've already got for paycheck 1 set up for the month of August. So that's kind of where we're at right now. It should be an easy, quick video. I will also go over in this video what decisions were made for savings and where I put the money and how much money there is for savings in my savings tracker that I decided to put in this month after all the vacation spending was done. So that is what we're going to do right now, and let's go ahead and jump into this video. Okay, I am back. So here's what we got going on. I do know I did not bring any extra income in for the month of July at the end of the month after paycheck 3, so the number did not change there. Still don't know what happened to this check for Boss Land and Lawn, which is our landscaper. I gotta get back with him. So I don't think I'm gonna balance it forward. I'm just gonna make sure there's enough in the checking account once he does find it, or if I need to pay him a different way, I will. Vivint is our home security system that came out. Everything came out as planned. Nothing different, nothing changed. The only thing different that we had here is the money I had planned to put in the travel expense savings for my husband's travels when he goes on business, which I kind of set aside. I think I set aside right here, 406. This one, I balanced that cash forward to paycheck 3. And then in paycheck 3, I actually took the money out. And there were a couple things I thought I was going to have to put in and I erased and took back out. So just ignore those scribblings right there that I erased. But the only thing I really did was transfer the 406 that came into paycheck 1, I think, or 2 earlier this month. And it was a travel reimbursement. And I just took my time putting it in because I didn't want to transfer. I only get 6 transfers within my bank account between the savings, checking, and all that good stuff. So I didn't want to use too many transfers, moving money around. So I waited a little bit, and that was fine. It worked for me. I knew how to track the number, and we did pretty well. The spending categories is what I have to go through, and part of that was vacation. Part of that was us being at home like normal. So let's go ahead and go to my weekly check-in, which I closed out on my own, but I'll go over it with you so we can get the numbers. So the way it's going to work is with the weekly check-in, here is the spending, and this highlight in blue is when we were out of town. We were home for one night and back out of town again. So, and I haven't really checked these off, so I will go ahead and kind of zoom in for that part and show you where I wrote the numbers on the weekly check-in, and that's the reason they haven't been checked off yet. So let me see if I can get a little sticky note over here that I can write these numbers on. And I'll go ahead and zoom in real quick. Okay, so I left off on our weekly check-in here on the 28th. When I came home, I did a weekly check-in a day early, and then I was still on vacation because this vacation from the 23rd to the 27th was us seeing family in Kentucky on my husband's side of the family. And then we went from Kentucky back to Virginia where we live, spent the night. And then my son and I went to Raleigh for our own little vacation to Galaxycon, which was amazing, and we had the best time ever. We go every 4 years running now. Last year, obviously, there wasn't Galaxycon, but this year we went, and we still had a great time, even though the mask mandates were important and, you know, social distancing was important. we did our very best, and so far so good. It's been a week and we're still feeling really good. So a little exhausted after standing in line for hours and hours. But other than that, we did really good. So this is the spending out of the checking account. The vacation money covered most of this. A lot of stuff we did on vacation, we paid in advance or separately. So you'll see that in the credit card, or, you know, my son actually just used his own money and paid for things. We were getting autographs and photo ops and all kinds of stuff. So that was a lot of fun. So let's start with groceries. So the only grocery I really have is this $13.71 and grocery household. And I ran to Food Lion and got some stuff for us. The next thing we have is restaurants, which is in blue. So here's a Burger King. This was us driving from Virginia to Raleigh, North Carolina, and we stopped at a Burger King, and it had a gas station, so we got gas as well. Well, not this gas here. This was something I forgot to put in this on the 25th. So I found that going through the numbers the other day. And then my husband ordered Papa John's pizza at $20.94. And then for my youngest son and him here at the house. And then my oldest son, who was with me, we also ordered Papa John's on Friday night. And so $27.45 there. And so we had these two orders, but it was two different locations where it was ordered, which is kind of funny. We were at the hotel. Of course, my husband and my other son were here at home. And then Chick-fil-A was something that my husband and my other son got while they were here, $17.81. And then Galaxycon, we got lunch there. It was $19, like chicken fingers and fries and stuff like that. So that was that. No miscellaneous stuff put in here. And gas was the only other thing. Now, we didn't really budget for gas. What we did is we put our normal numbers for gas and then whatever cash we had in our checking account. And essentially the buffer, the checking account, was the money I planned on using for the vacation. So that was really useful to have that money there, and we just spent it the way we needed, and I just put it in the categories. So gas, when we left from Virginia to Raleigh, was $36.02. And then this Shell gas I meant to put on the 25th, and it just didn't happen. So I got to add it here to make sure it's counted so the numbers will be right. $49.92. Now, Galaxycon actually ran all the way to August 1st. So there's that. So let's go ahead and move everything to the weekly check-in, and I'll show you where these numbers are. And before I do anything, I need to total these up. So let's see, 1408 plus 2094 plus 2745 plus 1781 plus 19. Okay, so that was 99.28 right there. I don't know if I was on camera or not for that. I'm sorry if I wasn't. And then over here is 3602 plus the 4992. There we go. And that was 85.94. All right, so, and of course there was only one item for grocery household, so that goes there. And the weekly check-in. So these are the numbers I balanced forward from week 4 to week 5 that you saw. These are the exact same numbers that I came up with, 1371, 99.28, and 85.94, which meant I spent $198.93. Well, the whole family did, out of the bank account. And so nothing here, nothing here. And then over here, you can see I had $111.45 left over for grocery household. Part of that compensated for the overage of $172.15 of restaurant. And then miscellaneous was under by $125 because I didn't spend anything. And then gasoline was over by $183.60, which means I was in the hole for $118.85. Not exactly in the hole. It just means that what I did is I spent my categories the way I had them planned for each week here, and this is the monthly amount totals. and you take that monthly amount total, this is what I was either over or under for the month. And anything over, this 118 over for these spending categories, came out of the money set aside for the vacation. So when we were in Kentucky and that first week, we didn't really spend a lot on food because everybody took us out to eat and we just ate, you know, when they took us out. We didn't have to spend that, but we spent a lot on gas. So that came out of the vacation, which is why gas is way over. And we didn't spend a lot on grocery household towards the end because we weren't at home to spend grocery household. So that is how that turned out. So now that we know the spending for these categories, now when I go to my paycheck 3, I get the numbers for spending here in this column right here. So paycheck 3 was for the week of 4 and week 5 spending. So those are the numbers I'm working with, and I kind of have those off to the side. So let me go ahead and flip back to paycheck 3. That's 2 and 3. There we go. And I'm going to put the totals that I have. I already got the numbers written down for convenience purposes. What we have here for grocery household spent. So total spent, I'll get my little note over here, is $365.05, which left, well, I'll do the math in a minute. And then restaurants, we spent $282.98. And then miscellaneous was $21.19. That was from week 4, not week 5. So that's what that is. And then gasoline was $305.81. So we spent a lot of money, but we had money in the buffer, the checking account, in order to cover, and we had like $1,600 here, to cover anything we wanted to spend for the vacation. Instead of using a separate account, I like to use one account and then kind of compartmentalize that account in order to know what I'm spending. So now we can do the math on this. So let's go ahead and get this up closer to the top so I have room to use the calculator. So grocery household, $476.50. This is actually a new number. I may have left off paycheck 2 with over $600, and I reduced it to have a different number. I'm not sure how I came up with this number. Irregardless, it was enough to have to cover, and the rest of it just sat in a buffer, the checking account. So I reduced it because I knew we weren't going to need that much. So $476.50 minus the $365.05 that we did use leaves exactly what week 5 left over, $111.45. Then we had restaurants. Now, I'd only gave myself $60.83 for restaurants based on what I budgeted, but I knew I was going to go over budget and we were going to use the vacation money, so I allowed it to go very negative to take out the buffer of the checking account, which is what this is going to do when I total these numbers up. Because they're so high and over the budget, it's going to eat into this number down here and make it smaller, and then we know what the number actually is afterwards. So minus the $282.98, that gave us a negative, find my red pen, negative, that's not right. Did I use the right numbers? 60.83 minus 232.98. That's the number. Okay. I wrote 82, and in my sloppy handwriting, thinking it was an 8, it's actually a 3. That is my fault. I do apologize. There we go. So we overspent by $172.15. And now I match my notes here. And then $146.84 minus the $21.19 gave us the $125 positive. 65, there we go. And then the last thing we have is $122.21 minus $305.81. And that gives us the negative $183.60 for gasoline. And that was travel to Kentucky and from Virginia to Kentucky, around Kentucky, where we wanted to go, and then back to Virginia, and then from Virginia to Raleigh, and where we went in Raleigh and back to Virginia again. So that's a lot of driving. So this I am not upset about. It is awesome that we actually kept the number as low as we did, and did not mind going over because I knew the overages were going to come out of the buffer, the checking account. So the next thing I need to do to close this out and finish with July and go over the results of July is to total up my expenses, subtract them from my income up here right above it, and give you what balance forward into the month of August. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so I have $3,624.23 is what I spent for paycheck 3. Let's get that in camera view. 62423. All right, now that I've spent that much, I'm gonna make this a negative, hit the plus sign, and add this $5,886.26. All right, here's my new balance going forward. I think when I balanced it, I'm off a penny. I'm not gonna worry about the pennies. I'll correct that as time goes on. Balance that with the checking account. So I'm just going to put this number $2,262.03. The reason this number is so large and we didn't spend a lot of it on vacation is part of it was to pay off the credit card, pay the hotel charges that I put on the credit card, which were $780, I think, and then to pay, and then we had an unexpected expense where my husband had $710.05 put on our AMCO card for his Jeep and needed something fixed with his brakes. So I wanted to make sure the money was still in the account, so that was available when the month of August came and I could make that payment without accruing any interest. So there is that. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and zoom you guys out, and we're going to go over a couple more things, and I'm just going to show you the rest of the closeout for the month of July and the results and how I feel about them. So I will be right back. Okay, I am back. So when I did my sinking funds and savings tracker video, I left something out. I left out how much my 3 to 6 month savings was for the month, because I didn't know until vacation was over with on how much I would put in there. And I have actually put in $730, which to me is 2 little piggies, and I'll show you that in a minute, added to my account. Now, something has come up since I made this decision with my husband. We might take some money out for painting our house. We're trying to spruce up our house a little bit. So, which we don't mind doing that. It's an investment in the home. It's not an emergency, but my husband has overtime money coming up and I'll just replenish it from there. So that I'm not worried about. And if we don't spend all of our August vacation savings, that can compensate for what we're spending in the paint of our house. So we're painting the interior of our house, and we're doing it section by section. And I'm ready for the new section. And the guy we used to paint from our church, he had some openings, and anytime he has an opening, he'll call us and we'll say, yeah, we'll have this painted, and we pay him. And we roughly do $800 to $1,000 so of painting and trim and all that stuff. So we're excited to have him every time we paint and love helping, our church family. So there you go. That is the only thing I changed from the savings tracker video, is I took and added that to it, and you'll see in September any decisions or changes we made from there. Oh, before I forget, I do want to show you the piggies that I was talking about in the savings tracker. So I keep track of how much money we put into savings, and these are my piggies. So I added 2 more piggies, which is 365 times 2 for the month of July. giving us 28% funded of this $36,500. It's slow going, mainly because we're not getting as much overtime money and deployment money for my husband as a contractor for the Navy. They're just not sending their contractors out as much as they did in the past, and that's okay. COVID and the pandemic kind of, you got to be careful with that, and we're fine with that. So we've just accepted it, and we may lower this number, and I might redo this tracker a little bit because the 36,500 may be a little too ambitious, and I may want to do half. That's 6 months for us. It's more than 6 months for actual numbers, but that's what we want and consider a 6 month to make us comfortable. So 36,500 divided by 2. So our 3 month would be $18,250. And I might do that kind of tracker first. And once I hit mid-range and fully fund the 3 month that we want, then I'll start a second tracker and do that. So that's kind of what I'm thinking about right now, because this is moving really, really slow because the extra income is moving slow and things keep popping up. And every time I think I could put money away into savings, like the $710 we were putting on AMCO, I had to put, I couldn't put in here. I could only put in $730. So it's better than nothing. The previous month I didn't get to do any at all. So I am happy for that, but this is kind of where I'm at. So there you go. So I came up with a credit card transaction log for myself. If I'm going to use a credit card, I need discipline. I need to make sure I'm not going to go crazy with it, especially with the balance that I have available credit, which is $24,000 on this particular credit card. It's the only credit card besides our AMCO card that we have credit availability and that we use. So there's that. So every month I have subscriptions come out and certain things that I purchase on there that I know I'm going to purchase, and that is highlighted in yellow off to the side. If it's got like a blue mark, then it's something I wasn't planning on, but we had the cash to cover it and we were going to pay it off, which we did. So 2 things that weren't planned for, which was something my husband got for his kayak stuff, and then Department of Motor Vehicles. We're registering our vehicles and for 3 years, which now I kind of regret what we did because we may not be here in 3 years. We've been talking about moving, and I'll get into that another day. But yeah, we have our son's graduating high school, and we're throwing around ideas. Do we want to stay or do we want to move? So, and these are all planned. This one is just an album I purchased. Not an album, GoodNotes. I purchased GoodNotes for my iPad because I can actually take of any PDF, including my PDFs that I sell on Etsy, which is what these are. I sell these on Etsy, so if you're looking for any kind of, some kind of trackers or budget sheets, these budget sheets are on Etsy and available and download, and they're cheap budget sheets for you to, stay on track with your budget and take care of the needs of your family, basically, whether it's a small family of just you or, more, if you're really wanting to discipline yourself and have more money in your pocket and in your bank account for you, tracking is the best way to do it. Staying on top of it, looking at it, knowing it intimately. The more you do it, the more, the less anxiety you have about your money and the more excited you are about making plans on how to save and spend your money. So that's what I love about that, including using credit. We know we'll probably buy a house in the future again. So we want to keep our credit card active to keep that credit score at a level that makes the bank happy. We're only doing this to please the bank, not ourselves. So, and that's a whole other conversation I don't want to get into. Anyway, so things that we planned, and then made a payment of $828.03. And then here's the hotel charges at the very end of the month. Our 2 rooms for 4 nights, I think, were $394.57 for each room. And then we purchased a bunch of photo ops at Galaxycon. Now, my son had that money and he paid me back. We share the same accounts. I guess he's the primary on the account and I am secondary on the account. I'm on my son's account only to help him with it because he has autism and to make sure things are good. And because we're joint, that's what I'm looking for, joint on the account, I can use that account to pay the credit card because my credit card's I'm also joint on that. And it's one app and they all show up on there. So it made it easy to pay it. And these are photo ops that he wanted from Galaxycon, and there were several. And we really enjoyed that. And then we went an extra day. I paid for that. I didn't make him pay for it. I buy the tickets every year. He buys all his photo ops. He buys all his pay for at the table selfies and stuff. And I'll show you what that is. I have my iPad right here. So let me pull up some pictures of what that looks like. So I think the most fun we had was, let's see, gotta find the picture. So we met this guy, and you may know him on The Mandalorian, at least that's where I know him from, or Breaking Bad. I cannot, Giancarlo Esposito, I think is his name. If I butchered it, I am terribly sorry. I'm horrible pronouncing names, but that's us at Galaxycon with this guy. And there's some cosplay people, which was fun. A bunch of wrestlers that my son loves to see. Let's see, who else do we have? Besides wrestlers. This one's my favorite, Mark Henry. He's hilarious. I took several. The kit car was there, you know, things like that. And then, oh, the Ghostbusters car, that was there. That was full. Really fun and crazy. Let's see. But photo ops are pictures or professional pictures that you can have done. And these are the photo ops that my son was getting. So you have these professional photos and then they print them there and you get them there. So he had a bunch of those and he had $500 and whatever the fees were for that. And so that's what we had. I'm trying to think. Oh, this is the last one I'll show you. Sonic, the voice of Sonic for the video games with my son. He's a Sonic fan, Mario fan, loves it, and it's pretty awesome. So we had a great time. There's a bunch of others, but I won't get into all of that. But that's my son, and we went to Galaxycon. So that's what we spent our money on, and we save up all year for it. I was sad that we had to balance forward to the next month of August, but I was able to pay it off pretty much within the first 4 days of August. So that wasn't too bad. So that's the credit card log. Let's see. Let me zoom you guys back out. So you saw the weekly check-in. And so we know we're over in the weekly check-in. We went through and checked off everything for the calendar when it went to purchases. So I'm pretty much in balance there, and I'm ready for August. So I was going to show August, but I think I'm going to wait and do that in a separate video. So this video isn't so long. These are my tracker. I do this as well as this calendar at the same time. And the way I ran it was vacation money over here and just saw the negative numbers. But that was paycheck 3. And this is pretty much what was in the bank account before my husband got his first of the month's checks. And we were good to go there. So paycheck 3 is closed out. We did paycheck 2 already. And I haven't quite finished doing the numbers here, but that's okay because I know paycheck 3 is ready. And everything on my monthly spread, pretty much that was supposed to come out, came out, and we're good to go. So that is the end of July. We are done, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope this got you caught up or answered any questions. August, I'm going to be a little bit behind in the beginning and at the end, so just be prepared and understand that I'm just muddling through because I'm having some fun and doing some vacations, and we're really excited about it. So I hope you're enjoying your summer, and I will see you guys next time. I hope you have an amazing and blessed day. Bye.